Welcome, KSL Gang. Welcome KSL gang. Today we're going to be reviewing the 4 fragrances from the Emily in Paris collection from Bath & Body Works. So I haven't actually watched Emily in Paris, but I definitely wanted to try out all of the fragrances. So I can't go by the storylines, the characters, the color schemes, the views. I have not watched a trailer of it. Now you have watched the show, let me know, is it good and should I get into it? Now usually I do about 10 to 15 layering combinations, but since we're talking about 4 fragrances, I give out a couple of each one, but okay, let's jump in. So we're going to start off with Macaron Cloud. The notes are Macaron Delight, Parisian Spun Sugar, and Pink Berries. On the opening, I got the most sweetest smell of these fruity, sweet berries. I'm talking about the perfect feeling you would put between your macaron shells. It's very whipped, it's fluffy, it's a little bit creamy, and let me tell you, that sugar note, it thrives on me, and I'm going to get that throughout the whole fragrance. As it starts to settle a bit on my skin, I got the whole aroma of macarons. If you are in the baking world, you know macaron shells are made with almond flour majority of the time, mostly of the time. And I'm not saying I'm getting a strong nutty note, because you can recognize a very nutty note, right? It just really captures the macaron. Even though almond is not listed, I can still get a hint of it, and that kind of switches up than just a berry feeling, especially the more it dries down and settle. I also get hints of a cotton candy aroma as well. Now y'all know when I usually test, I'll do about 1 or 2 sprays, but I just went in with this one. So on me, it was pushed around 2.5 hours, but even after that, that berry and sugar note was just sitting on my skin. Now if this smells familiar to you, you're not alone. It definitely puts me in the blend of whipped berry meringue, cotton candy clouds, and boardwalk taffy. You know, all those are pretty much the same or similar, but in those fragrances, they all can have a little bit more something, like something can have a little bit more of the sugary note or a berry note or the cotton candy feel to it. Depends on what you pick up. Although I get some similarities with those fragrances, I don't believe it's a total repackage because of that macaron shell that I'm picking up with the hint of almond and that whole feel of an actual macaron. And not just berries and sugar, even though the berries and sugar are the main notes that I'm picking up and the strongest, I can still get hints of the overall macaron, and I love that. Now out of all of those cotton candy feel fragrances, this one would have to be my favorite. And the reason why I say that, because the berry and sugar note holds on to me with this one than the others. Like, I get it with those fragrances, but it gets really light and disappears. And this is me not even adding the body cream to this, it's doing that all by itself. Now of course, when I added the body cream, it'll give you a little bit more, which it did. Now who is this fragrance for? Of course, if you love sweet gourmand fragrances, it's for you. Now like I said, it's really sugary sweet, and that's going to depend on each person, because what's sugary and sweet on me might be a little bit on you, or it might be way too much sweetness. Now you know, sometimes we can share the same type of feeling with fragrances, and sometimes we just pick up different things because of our different body chemistries. But I know for me, I love this one, and I definitely want a couple of backups. But with the layering combos, the possibilities are really endless with this one. The first one I want to share, the one I keep coming back to, and I'm talking Bath & Body Works Sun Wash Citrus. And I'm going to tell you why. If you've been with Bath & Body Works for a while, I know y'all remember Sweet on Paris. You know, that one has the juicy berries, the lemon meringue, and the vanilla. And although Macaron Cloud does not have that lemon note, but I'm like, it smells so familiar, but I'm missing that citrus note. And I'm so happy I have a Dirty Soul soap version. Their version is Sweet on Paris. When I added Sun Wash Citrus to Macaron Clouds, y'all, I was stunned. And don't overdo it with Sun Wash Citrus, because that one is pretty strong. So I added more of the Macaron Clouds with that combo, but spray about 1 to 2 sprays with Sun Wash Citrus, and you're going to get Sweet on Paris vibe. That'll make me want to get tons of backups of Macaron Clouds, but I'm not. I'm just saying. But it is top tier, top top tier combo. Another combination I was doing, I paired it with the new Kayali Yum Bougie Marshmallow. It was perfection, absolutely delicious, yummy, all that. And I still plan on doing my review with Yum Bougie Marshmallow. The last one I want to share is Frontery Magnetic Candy. I'm talking sugary, overly sweet, just indulging at this point with these two together. Okay, I know I said only 3 combos, but I had to add this one in. And this one is Carousel from Brown Girl Jane. I tried the travel size maybe almost a month ago, and I instantly fell in love with it. It's a beautiful, sweet cotton candy type of style scent, but it's just not too much, and I'm just obsessed. When I tried that, I immediately got the full size bottle, but this would pair perfectly with Macaron Cloud. I'm gonna have to do a little review on Carousel. Like, I need all the bottles to that. Overall, Macaron Clouds get a big thumbs up in my book. Even though it might smell similar to other fragrances, the way it performs on me, that's what bring it the front of the line. So yes, love this. And next we have Lavender Luxe. The notes are Lavender Provence, Flirtatious Jasmine, and Vanilla Crush. On the opening, the lavender is what I get first. It is potent, but at the same time, it's not overly sharp, but it's delicate, sweet, and a bit powdery. But out of several lavender fragrances in my collection, this one has a little bit of a deeper feel to it. And some fragrances, it can be really soft, and some it can be overpowering. If you're sensitive to scents like that, you can easily pick it up. But not just with this one, that goes with any type of scent note. To me, lavender always had a sophisticated, classy feel to it, and especially when it's paired with a floral. And that's where the jasmine comes in. It gives it another added sweetness to it. And as it dries down, it gets a little warmer, and that's where the vanilla comes in. It's not a vanilla extract. It's not a super overly sweet vanilla. It's just that classic soft vanilla just gives it a little warmth. Overall, this one is a calming and relaxing scent, but it also smells perfumey, which is nice. It's one of the longest lasting ones in the group. It was still on me on the 4-hour mark, but it was light, more towards skin scent. And this is with no pairings. Now, who would this fragrance be for? Someone that enjoys lavender and floral scents with a calming, sophisticated vibe to it. Now, I want to get into comparing. Now, I want to compare it to one particular fragrance. Of course, there's a lot of different lavender scents out there, but I just want to focus on this one, and that is Bath & Body Works Lavender No. 3. I mean, looking at the notes, you have lavender, jasmine, and vanilla. And now, before I say this is a repackage or not, we can look at this several ways. A possibility that Bath & Body Works wanted to repackage this one, but they wanted to give it a more upgraded look, more chic, a more high-end feel to it. Because if you look at the packaging and you look at the notes, with Lavender No. 3, the packaging is simple, and when you look at the notes, it's just lavender, jasmine, and vanilla. Now, you look at the Lavender Luxe, the packaging is upgraded, and the way the notes are said, you have lavender in French, you have flirtatious jasmine, and vanilla crush. They added some words with the notes to give it a more vibe to fit Lavender Luxe. Another way to look at this, it is repackaged, but they could have used a different type of that scent note. There's not just one vanilla, and there's also several different lavenders. To me, I think it's a little bit of both. They wanted a more upgraded look, but they also use a different type of lavender. That's what I'm getting. To me, the Lavender Luxe has a more deeper, solid smell to it, and then Lavender No. 3 is more softer on my skin. So they could have played around with the scent notes to give it a little bit more of this or less of that. Like, they tweaked it a little bit. And I also get the vanilla a little bit more in Lavender Luxe. So that's my thoughts on that one. I want to share a couple layering combinations. The first one I'm loving is Flare Vanilla Skin. Even though I get a little bit more vanilla in a dry down with Lavender Luxe, I wanted more of it. So Vanilla Skin was just perfect. It kept it nice and smooth like a skin scent, but better. This one added a cozy layer to Lavender Luxe, which was really nice. The peppercorn and vanilla skin, it gave it a subtle spice. It also added a little sexiness to the scent. Next one is a bold one. We have Victoria's Secret Daring. So these two together is a little bit of twist in a good way. The bergamot added a zesty opening, and that oak moss and amber and daring, it deepened up the lavender. Super perfuming. This is giving evening or special occasion type combo. Like, if you love lavender but you want an edge to it, pairing with daring is it. The last combo I want to share is Burberry Goddess, which I recently got got in a travel size. Because of that lavender, of course I wanted to try it out with it. Compared to Burberry Goddess, Lavender Luxe is more fresh and airy, and Burberry Goddess is a more warmer feeling. But since I do pick up more of that vanilla in Burberry Goddess, it gave Lavender Luxe more vanilla that I wanted. Burberry Goddess gave Lavender Luxe a lot of depth and layers to it. Such a good one. And next we have Champagne in Paris. The notes are Champagne Spritz, Elderberry Fizz, and Lily of the Valley. Okay, the opening packs some punch. It is sweet, bright, and bubbly. Then we have the elderberry, which I believe is the start of this fragrance. This is a really deep in fruity note. It smells a bit rich. It's fruity, it's tart. With all that fruity and bubbly and brightness, I'm getting a sense of warmth, like a little bit in the background. And I think because the elderberry is so sweet, it is so deep, it's creating this warm simmering effect. And that touch of Lily of the Valley, it's giving you can wear this all year round, especially for spring. And that little bit of floral that I do pick up, it gives it a nice perfuminess to it. And even on a dry down, that elderberry is still the star. So I love that, and it goes right along with the champagne note. The Lily of the Valley does not overpower those other two notes. And this one on me came right behind Lavender Luxe actually when it comes to lasting power. It wasn't exactly 4 hours, it was closer to it though. Now who is this fragrance for? Someone that loves sparkling, fruity, floral scents, you will love it. For comparing, at first I thought I was getting a little bit of 1,000 Christmas Wishes because of that elderberry note, because elderberry is just so noticeable, and it's a stronger fruit note than a lot of the other fruit notes in fragrances. It's not so much, maybe it's just the elderberry notes I'm playing off of. And I'm not getting champagne toast. They do have the same type of champagne vibe to it, but the fruitiness is way more deeper in Champagne in Paris. Okay, so I got 3 layering combinations for Champagne in Paris. The first one we got is Sol de Janeiro Cheriosa 68. The dragon fruit added a juicy, exotic touch to the elderberry and just made it more sweet, more juicy. It added a tropical twist to this champagne fizzy fragrance, which gives like vacation during the holidays. Like you still want that feeling of it, but just you want to be on vacation mode. Next, I tried out Yara Candy. Now, if you love playful and sweet, sugary scents, this combo is for you. Of course, Yara Candy added a candy sweetness to the Champagne in Paris. I mean, this is super, super fruity and juicy. So this is fun for a night out, date night, or you just want to feel playful and flirty, but also sweet and sexy at the same time. The last combination I want to share is Ariana Grande's Mod Blush. Now, it's not as sugary and sweet as the last combo, but it's still a burst of fruitiness. And it's another very feminine, pretty scent with a touch of sophistication. And last up, we have Paris Amour, which I know is a repackage. This fragrance been around more than a decade. I'm sure they brought it back because it just fits the theme of the whole collection. Now, I was looking for my last bottle I had of that, which I got a couple of semi-annual sales ago, could not find it. So now it's going to be like trying it new for the first time because I can't compare my older bottle. And likely when I'm done with this video, I'm going to find it. It's always like that. So the notes are French tulips, apple blossoms, sparkling pink champagne, sandalwood, and creamy musk. You can tell it's a throwback fragrance because of all the scent notes in there. And usually back then it was a list of scent notes. I mean, look at the seasonal collections like Vanilla Bean Noel, Twisted Peppermint, and Winter Candy Apple. They have a list of notes. Now it's mostly just 3 notes. On the opening, you get a fresh, floral, airy quality. I mean, you have the French tulips, the apple blossoms, and a little bit of sweetness. And that sparkling pink champagne note, it never been a strong note to me in this fragrance, no matter what version I had of it. Like, I get it, but it's not a strong sparkling note. I love on the dry down, it has that base of the sandalwood and the musk. It's warm and it provides a depth to it. And then the creamy musk is soft and sensual, just a really light, perfumey, pretty feeling. Paris Amour is on the more floral side, but it's that really pretty floral, like light and delicate and sweet. This one was going good for around 3.5 hours. Even though it could have been different from the one that I got, it's still a familiar scent. I remember I used to have so many other pocket bags in this scent. So of course we got 3 layering combinations. The first one is Viva La Juicy Sucre. I want to bring in a little bit of gourmand to it, but you know that one is not even a overly gourmand fragrance because it also has floral notes, it has fruity notes. It does have that whipped cream and vanilla and sandalwood, and that's what I wanted to bring bring to Paris Amour to give it a little bit more sweetness in there, since I get a lot of the floral, and it was perfect. Next we have Victoria's Secret Bombshell Magic. This is a really nice fruity floral blend, so it matched up perfectly with Paris Amour, and it definitely helped out that sparkling effect to it. Remember I said Paris Amour sparkling champagne type of feel. It wasn't always strong in that, but adding it Bombshell Magic, it gave it the boost it needed to give me more of that sparkly feel. Now the last one is Super Bowl. It's giving very much a niche combo. It's Kayali Oudgasm Rose Oud 16. I mean, these are totally opposite. Also, do not be a heavy hand with the Rose Oud, because it can take over the fragrance. Because Paris Amour is not bold at all, but pairing it with a fragrance like this can take over. So that's why I did one spray of the Rose Oud, and I sprayed way more sprays with the Paris Amour, and it just blended beautifully. So you can definitely play around with more bolder fragrances with lighter fragrances. It's just kind of figuring out how much of each one you want to do. Okay guys, so that's going to complete my review and some layering combinations with the Emily in Paris collection. So have you tried any of these fragrances? Are you going to be picking them up during a body care day sale? Like, what do you think? Do you think this collection is a hit or a miss? Or do you love some of the fragrances a little bit more than the others? Let me know below. But if you haven't now already, subscribe and join the KSL gang. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey KSL gang, if you're into ASMR, make sure to check out my other channel, Keke's ASMR Stories and Reviews. Also, if you're looking for quick, easy recipes, check out my other channel in Keke's Kitchen. I'll see you over there.